Hey, what's up everyone? So Dragon Ball Super episode 118. Man, this episode. So alright, this episode starts off with Universe 2, and we're shown that they've been broadcasting this entire tournament, or at least their parts of the fight in the tournament, to their universe, which is kind of crazy because they even comment on it that, usually this would create mass panic and chaos and people would be going crazy. But for whatever reason, Universe 2's universe, they're all about love. So they're all united and they're all watching and they're all cheering everyone on. And Ribrianne, in her normal base form is just like, hey everyone, keep cheering us on. We got this. So we go over to Goku, who's fighting the three last Universe 2 fighters. And at this point Goku should be dead. I've said it before, but he should be dead. He's just been beaten down. He's been through so many hard fights that it's surprising that he can even move around. But, he's still able to put up a fight against these three people, and he's doing pretty decent. At least he's not getting, hit. So he's able to block all their attacks. And then we go over to Piccolo and Gohan, who are fighting the two Namekians. And at first, they're doing pretty good. But then the Namekians, they seem to power up, they power up. You see their aura and their ki or chi or whatever all over them, and you're just like, oh, they're powering up, and they start turning the tables on Piccolo and Gohan, and Piccolo gets like a sense, he's like, there's something odd about these, two Namekians. I get a sense that we're fighting more than just them. And you see them just kind of standing there, and Piccolo just imagining people around him. Which, if you're a fan of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, you know exactly what's going to happen with these two characters, or what happened with these two characters. So we go over back to Goku, who is still fighting these three people, and they start powering up because the people from their universe start cheering him on, and it causes them to transform, or gives them energy, or the power of love. Whatever. So they transform like Ribrianne and her other two magical girlfriends, and they transform just like them, which is kind of hilarious. They're in their costumes and everything like that. They're pretty much just them, but they're more powerful in this form though. So even though they look hilarious, they got the power to back it up. So luckily 17 and 18 show up to back up Goku. And 17, he's just kind of fooling around. He's just like, oh, I'm the great warrior who defeated two of your warriors. And then 18 does it as well. She's like, oh yeah, I'm also the warrior who defeated the great Rubrianne of love or whatever. So it's kind of comedic, these two, or this group in the beginning. And, we kind of start going back and forth between Gohan, Piccolo, and Goku, and 18 and 17. And they're having some pretty epic fights, or they're actually pretty fun because they're going back between the two of them, so they actually look pretty good. Gohan is he's putting up a good fight, and so is Piccolo. And Gohan comes up with like this good plan. He's like, "Hey, Piccolo, power up your special beam cannon. Get it to its max power or whatever, and I'll keep these two in line, and then we'll hit him with your special beam cannon, and we'll be able to knock him out." So that's their plan. But unfortunately, it ends up failing because Gohan lets his guard down and he's about to get grabbed by one of the Namekians. And of course, Piccolo, we all know he has a soft spot for Gohan because he's pretty much his second daddy. So, second daddy Piccolo shoots his special beam cannon before it's fully powered up, and it hits one of the Namekians in his chest, but it really doesn't do anything. He's just like, oh, you kind of bruised me, which is kind of funny. But Piccolo... the guy, he kind of knocks Gohan and Piccolo down, or it looks like he destroys them because he shoots this big old mouth blast at them, and it kind of looks like it destroys them. But it turns out Gohan blocks it, and you just see kind of Piccolo on the floor, and he kind of sees a vision of Nail and Kami. Nail and Kami were the two. Kami was a big character in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and Piccolo fused with him to become powerful so he can defeat Cell. And Nail was a Namekian he fused with on Planet Namek to become more powerful to defeat Frieza. Because it turns out what these Namekians did was they ended up absorbing all, or not all, but several Namekians of their planet. When this tournament was brought up, they were just kind of weaker or average, Namekians. So a lot of Namekians volunteered to be absorbed by these two so they can have the power to fight in the tournament. And that's why these Namekians came out of nowhere, and that's why they weren't in the last tournament. Because with the universe ending, all these Namekians decided to fuse together because it's the Namekian fusion. So they all came together to, into these two people, so that's why they're ultra powerful. So that's what Piccolo has been sensing. He's been sensing that these people aren't just two people, they're much more, and that's what they were. They absorbed all these people, which is kind of crazy, but I mean, if your universe was on the line, wouldn't you do that? So Piccolo sees a vision of Kami and Neo, and they just kind of like, or at least Kami's just kind of like, hey, get up, go. And he sees Gohan block that blast, so he gets up, and Gohan's just like, hey, I'm sorry, Piccolo, I messed up. Power up your special beam cannon again. We're gonna try a technique again. And then we go over to Goku in 17 and 18, and they're fighting these three, stooges from Universe 2, and they're actually putting up a good fight because they actually have the power of Ribrianne in them. So they're not super weak, and they haven't really fought anyone up to this point. So they have all these magical girls' powers, and they're fighting 17, 18, and Goku, who are they're a lot more tired and weak because they've already been through several fights. So they power the three of them the Three Stooges end up powering up this weird black heart, and they shoot it at Goku in 17 and 18, and it's like this black hole. They call it some black hole something attack, and it creates like this gravity beam on them. It's just kind of crushing them. They're just kind of there trying to fight it, and Goku, he tries instant transmission and everything, and nothing. So he ends up going Super Saiyan Blue, which I'm surprised he has the strength of energy to do this. He goes Super Saiyan Blue, and he starts powering up a Kamehameha. And at the same time he's doing that, over at Gohan's fight, he's also powering up a Kamehameha. So we got this, across the battlefield's father-son Kamehameha thing going on, which is pretty cool. So you got the Namekians try to stop Gohan, so they shoot another blast, and Gohan shoots out his Kamehameha. So they're doing like a back and forth kind of thing. And then over at Goku, he's also shooting his Kamehameha, and it kind of makes its way through the gravity thing, which is pretty cool. So what Gohan is doing his Kamehameha, another of the Namekians shoots out his arms, and he's about to grab Gohan. But before he can do that, Piccolo's special beam cannon is powered up. So he shoots it out, and it goes right through the two Namekians, which is pretty epic. So they're both knocked back because they have big holes in their fucking chests, and Gohan's Kamehameha connects. And over at Goku's fight, his Kamehameha knocks the three of them, or the Three Stooges, hits the Three Stooges. So at the same time, Gohan eliminates the two Namekians, eliminating Universe 6, and Goku eliminates those Three Stooges, eliminating Universe 2. Bam! 2 universes destroyed. We're down to 19 fighters. And that's it, man. I mean, we go over to the Zenos. The Grand Priest is just like, oh, Universe 6, Universe 2, all fighters eliminated. Their universe is destroyed. So the Zenos, they reach their hands up, and they get ready to erase the universes. If we go over to Universe 2, and they kind of accept their erasing with pride. They're like, hey, we did our best. Let's just go out happy with love. And they just kind of accept it. They all pose, and they're like, hey, love, or whatever. So it's I'm glad to see them gone, but it kind of sucks that they all got erased. It's kind of sad seeing their spot just empty. And then we go over to Universe 6, who we have a much bigger connection to. This is actually kind of a sad moment. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of teared up a little bit when this scene happened. So we go over to Universe 6, and they're kind of joking around, like, oh, I can't believe you guys are getting destroyed. Their angel person saying that, I forget her name, to Champa, and we see Hits and Kaba, and Kaba's just like, hey, Master Vegeta, I'm sorry, but do your best, win this tournament. And then we go over to Champa, and Champa, he's just kind of, he stands up and he faces over to Universe 7. He looks over to Beerus, and he just kind of stands proudly, and he says, "Hey, brother," he calls his attention, and Beerus just kind of, he slightly turns. He doesn't turn and face him, he just kind of turns his head, and Champa just kind of looks at him, and he does, one final, insult thing to him, and then, bam, Universe 6 destroyed. And then we see over at Beerus, he's still kind of looking back, and he just kind of looks forward, and he kind of says to himself, he says, say something, like he kind of wanted to say something. So to me, that was it was a sad moment. Like I said, I kind of teared up because we have a connection to these characters, because from the second arc or the second storyline of Dragon Ball Super, we've known Champa and a lot of these other characters. And Champa and Beerus, they've been going back and forth. They're rivals, but they kind of hate each other, but they kind of don't, because they do care about each other. Because even Beerus used the Super Dragon Balls to revive the Earth in Universe 6, so they do care about each other. So it was a really sad moment. It was sad to see Universe 6 destroyed. That was sad. It was a sad moment. Whatever. Anyway, the episode ends with us seeing Vegeta. He kind of clenches his fist, and he's still fighting that futuristic police guy from the robot universe. And he's like, I hope you're ready for a fight, because I'm in a bad mood. Because he's kind of sad to see the other Saiyans go, and to see Kaba go, because he has a connection to those characters as well. He's built bonds with them, those are his people, because in his universe, all the Saiyans are dead except for, Goku and their children. So to see these other Saiyans, I think it really connected to Vegeta, so he's really sad about it. So that's pretty much where the episode ends. It was a great episode. I really enjoyed it. It had its comedic moments, it has great actions, and then, like I said, it had that kind of a sad ending. Sad to see Universe 6 destroyed and Universe 2. They put up a good fight, but I mean, when you're up against Universe 7, unless you're Jiren, you got nothing. So that's the end of the episode. If you watched it, what did you think of it? I mean, were you sad to see Universe 6 destroyed? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. Hey, if you like this video, we have several other awesome videos you can check out. And again, thanks for watching.